Look, in investing, your profit is made when you buy. So for full disclosure, I bought a lot of Bitcoin at 9,000. And today I think it's around 39 or something like that. I don't really care because it's always your entry point.
Right.
And this is the other lesson, okay? The other lesson for all you newbies into this world of investing, always remember the bull goes up the stairs, the bear comes out the window. Now, why that's important is this, okay? I have never seen an economy like this, and I never thought it would get this bad. I mean, I can't believe let me give you, so it's opinion versus fact. Let me give you the facts. In 2008, the deficit was 1.4 trillion. In 2020, it's now 5 trillion. What happened? I mean, how can we keep floating like that? Would be like you, Daniela, all of a sudden say, well, I'm now 5 trillion in debt. Well, so when you say the bull goes up the stairs and the bear goes out the window, they're pumping all of this fake money into the system, Biden and his buddies. And the reason I say that the bull goes up the stairs is everybody's happy. So please hear me and I don't trust the Fed, number one. They're a bunch of PhDs like my poor dad. If you trust a PhD, you need your head examined. So these guys, they've never had a job. They got a government pension for life. They're not counting on their retirement. They're a bunch of criminals as far as I'm concerned. But they're PhDs. And you don't say anything bad about PhDs. That's like condemning the Virgin Mary or something. So what happens when the bull is going up the market, everybody's happy. Everybody's excited. So these bullshit stories come out. Oh, Amazon's going to do this. Or, Robinhood's going to do that. Or Joe Schmo's going to do this. Daniela, everybody's happy when the bull is going up the stairs. Being an old guy, when the bear goes out the window, people get depressed. And that's my third level, how many lessons I've given so far. But just remember, when the BS stops going up the stairs, FOMO, fear of missing out and all this, people are euphoric right now. That Robinhood, their IPO is worth 40 billion. All these millennials are now stock traders, options traders. They don't know anything. They're young people, and that's the way it should be. There's some of them will rise to the surface, most will get wiped out.
Yeah.
So the last thing is this: when the bear comes out the window, people get depressed, and that's when the depression starts. So you've had records on and all this. We're calling for a depression. So just hear me. So I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I'm just, Records and I are just old guys. But the good thing about being old guys like Jim Records and I, we've heard every BS story, the bull's going up the stairs. And always remember this, people are ecstatic. Even if you don't have money, there's something about a bull market that makes people happy. But when the bear goes out the window, people get depressed. And that's when the depression starts. So my lesson as an old guy is this. Amazon is this, Bitcoin may do this and all that. When people are happy, they're gullible.
Interesting.
Well, again, I just look at the facts. Okay, there's opinions and facts. And I go on facts as an old investor. The facts are when QE3 came out in 2008, they were pumping 80 billion a month into the economy. A month. Today, they're printing 120 billion. So the bull is going up the stairs. We have a bubble like we have never seen before. And I agree with you. And my friend and I were riding around last night looking for a restaurant in Scottsdale to have dinner in. Everyone was packed. Some people were in evening gowns. I said, must be time to sell.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's the signs of euphoria are sucks in the losers. Just remember this, is that people are in euphoria today. And that is, for an old guy, it's like, what was his name? Joe Kennedy. You know, his famous line says, the shoe shine boy gave him a stock tip. And he came in and he says, when shoe shine boys give you a stock tip, sell. And the same thing happened to me in 2008, because I'm pretty good with real estate. I made nearly $1 billion with Trump, my friend. And I was in Safeway just before 2008, and the Safeway girl gave me her business card. She says, I flip houses, you know, in real estate. This is just before the crash of 2008. I turned to my friend, it's time to sell. And I don't sell, it's just I stopped buying, and I shifted my attention. So I never sell, Danielle, I never sell. I'm not a flipper, you know, I don't sell. I rather accumulate. So when she said, it's time, you know, I should start flipping property, I pulled back and I shifted my mindset for the crash. And so there's a lesson, and I know I sound like a pessimist because the bull is going up the stairs. But right now, I would be shifting my mindset to a crash. Now that gets me sexually stimulated because, you know, when the crash comes, gold, silver, and Bitcoin goes down with it. And I'm going to buy more. So my lesson is you better know what you're going to buy in a crash more than what's going up in a boom. Because this is not a boom, this is a mania, boom, bust, and mania.
How do you even prepare for it? Like I said, I know you said you're changing your mind frame to now crash, but is there anything else you can do to prepare if you've never seen anything like this before?
Yeah, there's always going to be a new Phoenix rising, if you know what I mean. Like I live in Phoenix, Arizona. But historically, that's always what happened. You look at what happened with Amazon. They rose out of the ashes of the dot-com bust. So what's going to happen is when this whole, if and when, I'm not saying it is, but if this whole thing crashes down, you're going to look for the next Phoenix. You know, who's going to come out of these ashes? Now, I wish I had bought Amazon back then. I wouldn't touch Amazon today. Does that make sense to you? I swear to God, you know, I was in Vancouver where all the Frito Banditos live. I learned more bullshit stories there than any place on earth. And then we migrated from Vancouver to Toronto, TSE, Toronto Stock Exchange, went public. We struck gold in China, and I thought I was a billionaire, and then the Chinese took it. I had the best education of my life. And so today when I hear China is now is one of the biggest gold producers in the world, I said, yeah, that was my gold mine, you guys.
Your gold, do you invest in gold mining companies today?
Yes. Okay. I'm very, now I think gold and silver and not so much Bitcoin. I'm gambling on Bitcoin, but I trust guys like Breedlove and stuff like, I know Peter Schiff hates them. Max Kaiser hates gold and all this. I don't know. Everybody's got their opinion, but that's what I'm saying is anything said about the future is not a lie. So when you see me walking on water in 2030,
all right,
well, no,
I'll be there.
This is the final word to everybody. This is the 50th anniversary of Nixon taking the dollar off the gold standard. I think that is probably one of the biggest things that changed the world. August 15th, 1971. It's the 50th anniversary, and look at what's happening. Check the facts, Jack. This economy is coming apart. When we're printing, you know, what was the numbers? I just wrote them down. QE3, 80 billion a month. Today, in July 2021, $120 billion a day to keep this bull BS market in the air. God almighty, it's 50 years. Think about that.